when I thought of the name legacy, I mean, a legacy is a footprint that you're gonna leave here behind. And for me, I decided I want to leave that footprint in people's lives, you know, in form of pictures and memories, just so that you have them forever.
Deep in the heart of Africa, are stories left untold, successes drowned by the world's cold, winners not seen by the naked eye, that have flown the flag of brilliance way up high. We're here to share these stories, changing one life at a time. Journey with us as we tell the untold stories of Africa.
Welcome to yet again another episode of the Untold Stories of Africa. Today, I'm joined by the beautiful Natasha Ng'uni, who I will not give away too much, but she will blow you away. One phenomenal woman that from the time I met her, I'm glued. I'm definitely glued. So stay tuned as we get to find out about the legacy herself. Like I said, we are joined today by the beautiful Natasha Ng'uni, who's basically just going to blow you away. This phenomenal woman who is a photographer in a predominantly male field. I think she's doing very well for herself. But we get to find out more. Thank you so much, Natasha.
Thank you for
gracing us with your presence. Now, I mean, I think you get this question a lot. But the first thing I just want to hear from you is, why legacy?
Why legacy? Okay. I mean, for me, when I thought of the name legacy, I mean, a legacy is a footprint that you're gonna leave here behind. And for me, I decided I want to leave that footprint in people's lives, you know, in form of pictures and memories, just so that you have them forever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Over the last few weeks, maybe months, I can't relatively tell, you know, there's been a few taints on your industry. There's been a few incidences where you hear stories of this and that one that disappointed a client, never delivered, pictures were not good. But first things first, I want to understand from your perspective, what makes you stand out? What do you think is something that could help better your industry, especially in Zambia, where it's predominantly male? So already as it is, people are looking at you and thinking, am I sure I want to do this, you know?
Right.
But obviously something over the years, since you started till now, has helped you stick. Something has helped you improve, something has helped you get better. And I just want to understand what that has meant for you, what it has entailed to get you to a point where, you know, legacy photography is on the top priority list for a lot of people that are having all kinds of events.
Right. Okay. I think for me, I'm driven by passion. I'm driven by passion for photography, and that's what keeps me going. You know, having the passion for it means I'm gonna do things the way I would want somebody to do it for me. So when I'm doing the photography, I imagine I'm doing it for myself.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it to make myself happy and make clients happy.
Yes.
And I think that's what has kept me going over the years now, because I've been in it for
It's been
4
years now.
Yeah. So I think passion and doing it as good as I would want someone to do it for myself, and that's what pretty much has kept me going. Yeah.
When did the camera happen to you?
I would say early 2014. Yeah. I mean, it was gap year. I had finished my 12th grade.
Yeah.
And I was baking, but then not too much.
So you're a baker also?
Yes.
I like cake. Just putting that out there.
we can talk. We
Okay.
can talk. Yeah. So I mean, it happened during gap year. My pastor at church, he saw a photographer in me, and you know, he talked to me about it, and he says, you know what, you should consider
Something
it
that
as a
do.
career. Yeah. And at the time, I was like, it was like far from my mind. I had already decided, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and photography just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he talked to me about it, and he says, you know what, you've got interesting angles and taking pictures.
Yeah.
You know, you should get into it. That's how I started. I met up with other photographers in Zambia. I would tag along at weddings and be a second shooter. I help them shoot, learn things from them. I'm a graduate of YouTube. You know, I watch so many. I watch so many tutorials there, and that's pretty much how I built my brand and learned photography.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, one thing that has definitely stood out over the years, especially since you gave us legacy photography, was also just how bold you are.
Ooh, girl.
A lot of puns intended. Now, someone that is watching, that has no idea whatsoever, might not exactly know where the pun comes in.
Right.
But I want you to, from the heart of a woman that took a step and talked about issues affecting you and issues surrounding your brand, and then also just what you have done for yourself as a female photographer in the country, which is where the boldness comes from. What has the journey been like? I mean, it's crazy. It feels. I know. Don't you ever look back sometimes and think, "Wow,
When did that happen?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for me to be bold is to be unique, to be you the best way that you can.
Yes.
And it's express yourself the best
Yeah.
way that you know how, without being limited or confined to something. You just go the whole
Go for
9
it.
yards. I mean, it's being unique in what you do and how you present yourself,
Yeah.
how you handle,
Yeah.
how you carry yourself out around
Yeah.
people, and it's. I mean, I'm just being me, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
my version of being bold, being me,
Yes.
and being unique in my
Yes.
own little
In
way.
your own way.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question is perhaps maybe a little unconventional, because you live in a country where, opportunities do take their time. Locating you is gonna take a minute, but you've had this experience, and you've had the 4 years, is it?
Yes.
4 years to climb up the scale. I know you had skeptics at the beginning, but now you have your regulars who at every event they will call you and say, please come back and shoot for me. There's somebody that's probably watching. They have a dream to do something. They want to do it, but they think to themselves, look, I'm in Zambia. I do not even know how it's going to
Where
work.
do I even start from?
Where do I even start? What do you say to that young person, that young woman that perhaps would like to step out into a field that is a little uncommon for her, and just to encourage that person who probably has an untold story like yours to step out and do it? What would you say?
I mean, we all hear this, it begins with you, and I agree with that. It begins with you. I mean, it starts with the positive thinking, you tell yourself, I can do it, and for me, when getting into photography, I knew that, okay, it's really male dominated,
something, yeah.
But I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that be a hindrance into being successful as a photographer. I'm gonna use it as a step for me to get higher. And positive thinking, you just surround yourself with positivity and encourage yourself. It does get hard sometimes. You feel like I'm not doing things the right way, but trust me, you are. Even when you have a few failures, just
keep going.
Just keep going. So yeah, I think your self-esteem, and just tell myself, you know what, I can do it. It might seem hard, but trust me, there's a way that you can do it. And once you get on your 2 feet and you're stable, you'll be good to go.
I know I said that was my last question, but as you were talking, I thought to myself,
I just don't trust you when you say it's the last question.
I know, but I was thinking just now, and I thought to myself, I mean, you're usually on the other side of the camera, so this is definitely something for you.
It's different.
How does it feel to be on this side? To be on the other side.
This is what lights, camera, action actually looks
This
like.
is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Yeah, no, we've made it.
Yes, you have. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think you know that you're special. You're dear to me.
Oh,
And
stop it.
you're definitely dear to Zambia, because I think there's a table you shook when you got started with this. And there's been a few female photographers that have come out in confidence, and I think you did a lot of the work in paving the way for them. So congratulations for being absolutely incredible. Congratulations for just defying the norm.
Yeah.
And I guess this makes this a told story of Africa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching.